All right, Lindsay, Crosby. Auburn took 2 out of 3 in College Station. And what a weird series this was.
This series had everything, man. It was wild. And if you remember last Monday's show, I said, ideally you're going to win 2 out of these 3 against Texas A&M. And they did that. 2 games go to extras. Auburn wins one of those, loses the other. And just stuff that I've never seen before.
Well, Friday and Saturday were like mirrored versions. Like Auburn would jump up, then A&M came back, and vice versa. I mean, they were very mirrored of each other, except Friday night's game had a major controversy to it.
Yes. So Auburn has an early 3-1 lead in game 1. A&M comes back, takes the lead, and Auburn starts chipping away in the 9th and 10th. Now, they have a 2-run rally in the 9th to tie it up. And at one point in time, infielder Mason Land is a pinch hitter, comes up, gets a hit, gets on base, runners on the corners, 2 outs, continuing the inning.
All the momentum in the world. I mean
Auburn has got like 4 straight hits. Auburn is feeling it. They're in a groove, and the umpires huddle up. They hop on the headsets for more than 10 minutes, and they call him out because of an illegal bat.
So weird.
So what this is, real quick, and you can talk to Charlie 5 on tomorrow's show more about like the compression of metals and golf club faces. But long story short, they test all the bats the day before the series to ensure that they conform to the specifications, that they are round, they are not altered in any way, and they put a sticker on it. The sticker's above the handle, like above the grip, below the barrel of the bat. Mason Land goes up, gets his hit. After he discards the bat, catcher picks it up, takes it to the umpire, says, hey, it's missing the sticker. The inspection sticker that shows it was certified. So they hop on the headset with Birmingham, they talk about it, they rule him out. Auburn swears on video review that you can see see the sticker on the bat when Mason Land goes up to bat on Friday. Somewhere between there and when it was picked up, or when it was given to the umpire by the Texas A&M catcher, the sticker disappears.
So there's 2 options here, right? It either fell off or somebody took it off, right? Like that's the working theory here.
That's the working theory here. Now, and the arguments for both, obviously the argument for the Texas A&M catcher taking it off is it has happened to one other opponent of Texas A&M's this season, and that catcher was also the catcher who caught it in that game. The argument against that is supposedly those stickers, and I have not gotten my hands on one yet, but supposedly those stickers are the rectangular sticker with the crosshatch, where if you try to peel it off, just part of it comes up and not the whole thing.
Got it.
So we don't know for sure what happened. There's no good video angles of what happened to the bat after the hit because they're all following the ball and the player.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
But thankfully, Auburn goes on to win this game. I can only think about, can you imagine if it was a game-tying hit and they called him out for the 3rd out, the run doesn't count because the bat's illegal?
Gosh.
That would be wild. So Auburn wins Friday night. Game 2, the exact opposite. Auburn comes out, scores 4 runs in the first 2 innings. A&M chips away at it, and run in the 5th, run in the 6th, run in the 7th, run in the 8th, goes to extras, and Texas A&M walks it off in the 11th.
Right.
So the exact opposite. And then game 3 to me is the big one. And what we saw in game 3 was every single time A&M scored, the next half inning, Auburn comes out and scores to at least match them, if not take the lead.
Right.
So 3-0, 3-3, 3-6, 6-6, 7-6, and then Auburn takes the lead 8-7. And the 7th inning to me, we may look back and say that's the turning point of this season.
Right.
So Auburn has 2 outs. They get runners on. They're trying to make something happen. And Auburn goes on, scores 2 runs in the inning. But there was that moment where you're like, okay, if this doesn't work, if he's out, all the momentum is gone. Auburn, this is just another collapse like you've seen Auburn do so many times. And they rally. Hitters are hitting. Pitchers are going out there and just throwing gas, getting dudes out, getting fired up. And Auburn goes on to add on 3 more in the 8th and win 13-9. And Again, this may be the turning point of the season. We don't know that. But if Auburn goes out against LSU this week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and wins 2 out of those 3, we're going to look back at this game 3 and say that was it. That was the moment where they came together as a squad, as a unit, and started rampaging through the SEC.
Yeah, I mean, it really had that feel Sunday. Where, I mean, we're recording 30 minutes after the game ended, and it's just like, if it would have gone the other way, it would have. I don't know. I just feel different moving forward because, I mean, this is a team that's going to need some things to go their way, whether guys heal faster from these injuries and we're expecting them to, versus, maybe you have some guys lean out over their skis a little bit down the stretch, whether it's offensively or defensively or pitching, whatever it may be. It's just kind of the feeling that you get with this team. And, I think they're better than what they were projected to finish. I mean, most people had them finishing last in the conference. I think they've proved that they're better than that. But, this is just something they needed this. They needed this win to say, okay, we're not the worst team in the SEC. Everything that people have said, we went on the road and beat an A&M team that's not great, but they're decent. I mean, they're an SEC baseball team. And so, now they've got the confidence. If they can go into Baton Rouge and do the same thing, you're playing with house money at that point.
Yeah, and the big thing to me was how the team responded to adversity in this game. So Tommy Sheehan gets the start because Joseph Gonzalez still has that under fingernail blister he can't seem to get rid of.
Which probably isn't going away anytime soon.
Not anytime soon. Sheehan gets through 1 inning, gets knocked out after 1. And so, okay, 3 in the first, Auburn ties it up. 3 more in the second. They take a jab to the face there. Come back and do it again. Offense punch back every time. Obviously the pitcher falters there. The bullpen steps up. And Butch has talked about so much this season about the mental resilience, being able to not make excuses, to own what you do and to control your own destiny. Go out there, make the plays you have to make. Take responsibility for the ones you don't, and fight through adversity. And they did that. And that's something where I feel a lot better about where this team is now than I did at the start of the series, simply because we've now seen against 2, after the disastrous weekend last weekend where the defense kind of just fell apart. They've reset. They played great defense all weekend. It wasn't sloppy. The offense has hit when they needed to. The pitching staff has come through when it needed to. I feel a lot better about this team, and I think we'll know a lot more after you take on LSU and Baton Rouge.
Right. Before we wrap up, Lindsay, Tuesday, when most of you people are listening to this on Monday, so tomorrow, there will be a cool piece of hardware at Plainsman Park Tuesday when the Tigers take on Jacksonville State.
Yes. So out past right field, out there by the Performance Center, at that gate, they will have the Atlanta Braves World Series trophy on display. You can take photos with it. They'll have representatives of the organization there, not current players. They're all at spring training, but something that the Braves are doing. They are touring around. The initial tour schedule did not have Auburn on it. And a bunch of people reached out to the Braves and said, when you expand this, Auburn needs to be on it. And they found a way to make it happen. So if you come to the game on Tuesday, I believe there are actually discounted tickets available. You can get your photo taken with the World Series championship. I will catch you out there because I am definitely doing that. As somebody who went to World Series Game 3 along with Zach Blackerby, I am getting my photo taken with my World Series trophy.
Yeah, we went to Game 3. It was the first ever World Series game in that park. So that's pretty cool.
It was a win. It was also very cool. It was cold, but
it was, and it was raining, but our tickets were under other seats. So it was great. It's fine. It was awesome. It was really the perfect experience. So
it absolutely was. I teared up a little bit.
You did. You actually cried like crazy. It was a little embarrassing, but I was happy for you, so I didn't say anything.
Thank you.
Lindsay, how can people find you, hear you, support you, all of that good stuff, buddy?
So I'm on Twitter at Crosby Baseball. My show, Locked On MLB Prospects, is on Twitter at Locked On Farm and available wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube. You can check out the Auburn writing at auburndaily.com and the merch at aushirts.com.